Alrighty, hi. 18 till 24 May 2020 Capricorn love reading with me, Adrian H. Nelson of Ancient Great Wealth, Ancient Great Life. Oh my goodness, welcome, hi. Um, you know, it is something amazing about Capricorn that a lot of you may or may not know. Like the Michelle Obamas and the Stephen Hawkings and these people, is that um, they seem to have this thing where they understand when there's hope in the world, there is a platform to change everything. And so, if you've got an eye on a Capricorn, quite a beautiful soul right there. Okay. This is, of course, a general reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascending. And I'm just, as I'm speaking, drawing for you 2 oracle cards, and we're gonna have these at the end of the reading, just to see for you what's up there. And if you want to follow me on Facebook, you're more than welcome to do so, or Instagram. I go live on Facebook quite often. On Instagram, I like to post little motivational videos and posts and things like that, just to kind of get you, put a smile on your dial as you go through the day. I don't have a very strong Capricorn, sort of aspect in my chart, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. It's just who I am. Okay. And if it's your first time to my channel, then I welcome you here, and I wish you. I hope that the two of us can have a good part together. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you're welcome to do so, or you can just check in every Thursday when I've got your general guidance reading coming out. And if you want to, at this point in time, I'm charging $12 for a 30 minutes downloadable reading. Okay. That I sent you for personal reading. But let's connect in our heart space. Let's take a nice deep breath in. And we release with peace and with love, and we let go. Okay. Spray for a little spray there. My homemade Palo Santo rosemary and crystal spray. There's a spray for you. There's a spray for me. There's a spray for our space. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got for love for Capricorn. How exciting is love, guys? How exciting is love now? Oh, okay. Look at that hidden strength coming out there. Something seems to be about to kind of come out there, come to the surface, and it's something that might take you by surprise, but by a beautiful surprise. So it seems like you might have a nice surprise there coming your way, Capricorn. So before we look into that, let's just see what crystal oracle card we have for you today for love. And of course, whenever you look at it, it's the right time. Yeah, black obsidian, the shadow. So it's almost like something is about to, some profound healing is about to take place here. Some big forgiveness, you forgiving someone, someone forgiving you, sort of like a big leapfrog step taking place here for you, okay? And in a very safe space. So it seemed like there was some big obstacle situation, something there, almost like in your general path of life. Okay, alrighty. Some of you might have met somebody new, or you're about to meet somebody new, and it's almost like your inner GPS sort of knew that it's time for you to move on to the next phase, something nice coming in there, or something nice might have happened already. Met someone and realized that this is something kind of different, this is something kind of new. Of course, you might be with somebody as well, and you sort of maybe just realize like a new sort of step or something about them. But I do sense something new here, something new coming in, or some new aspect coming in if it's an existing situation. But I don't know, for some reason it feels very much like the singles, they're getting kind of hooked up, meeting somebody new. There's a definite overcoming of some kind of obstacle that that might have been very even harrowing, I would say, and overwhelming before. Kind of getting over that, getting very sort of into a happy space with yourself. All right. It's like a lot of the commitment and everything that you've done before that really sort of pays off, and it pays off really beautiful. So it's like it's sort of like you can see your ship. Like if you imagine yourself standing here on the harbor, it's like you can see your ship that is starting to come in towards you. All right, and you know that it's for you, so there's no sort of doubt, anxiety, fear, kind of like a trippiness that maybe it's not for me. So I feel that, but there's definitely a new energy coming in. If you are within a situation, then there's something new coming in. It could be another person coming in, maybe a child, an adoption, a friend, a neighbor, a work colleague, but somebody comes in that. It's almost sort of form a part of the situation, a very profound part of the situation, but a very complementary part as well. All right, so it's in no way contrived, really, and I feel that. Like together with your, I know it sounds a little bit childish probably, even if I say so, but for those of you that might remember, back in the day there was this character called Captain Planet, and there were these people that had they were like representing these different energies, so to speak: earth, fire, wind, water, heart. They had like this. For those of you that don't know, they had this ring on on one of their fingers, so they would kind of like put these powers together. It's like earth, fire, wind, water, heart. Like when your powers combine, I am Captain Planet, Captain Planet. He's our hero, gonna take pollution down to zero. He's a power. And for some reason I just sang the Captain Planet song. Anyway, and of course, for legal reasons, I don't have rights to the song. But it's like, it's with the coming together that it's like so it's not so much that there's negativity, it's more like a lot of positivity is amplified. All right. Take the bottom. Okay, sure. So it's like a lot of positive that there is amplified. You really sort of, it's almost like you spend some time, recently really asking, what is it that I want? What is it that I need? What defines me? What do I need in love? What are my requirements? What are my heart's requirements? So you sort of ask those questions, and you saw the possibilities of how you can start having those things that you want in your life. And it's like it might have actually started to come to pass faster than you wanted. So it's almost like people were saying to you, why didn't you just ask already? Like, it's wonderful you asked, now we know what you want. And we really actually want to help you with that. So there's a lot of support that is coming through for you, which I think is really, really, really beautiful. Something new coming in, this new offer, this new feeling, this new sort of vibe that's coming in. And it is like kind of taking you to a new level. So there is a bit of a balance that's taking place, almost like a spiritual sort of expansion or awakening, if you want to call it that, like a bit of a balance starting to happen. But it's a good balance. And taking forward, you get this clarity about what it is that you want to have in your life. And I mean, look at this. This is in the middle of your reading, the Two of Cups in the world. All right. So this is literally where they're coming together. You just beautiful, like really, really, really beautiful, like going to beautiful new parts. So if you recently met someone, you may think of it as something nice, but where you might think, maybe you're going to take it slow, you're going to see what happens. It's just suddenly more boom, boom, boom. Because, I mean, look at that. Even the next one, the Death card and the Empress the High Priestess are right next to each other. So this is a powerful new start, a powerful new beginning. It's almost like a reset for you, really. All right? Which is actually quite amazing. Now, I do feel that there's some major shifts that are taking place in your life. Especially going forward in your very near future, there's some major shifts that are taking place in your life. And the funny thing about that is, it is the sort of things that before would be so overwhelming that it would probably make you throw up. Okay, but you're coming from such a different point. You are maturing it's almost like you matured so fast in such a short period of time that has brought you to where you are right now. And going forward, you're very ready to let go of those things that almost like that shadow sort of side. You're ready to let go of those sort of things that are not serving you in a positive way. um you're willing to bide your time. It's like you're really building this relationship with the universe. A lot of things that you would fight before, a lot of people that you would fight before, a lot of situations and circumstances and all those kind of things that you would fight before. It's like you're having this sort of emotional maturity, more of an understanding that and it's interesting. It's almost like how do I put this? When you come across, and this is you going forward from this platform where you're now, because this is really such a powerful platform that you brought yourself to, and as you move forward, when you get to a point where you don't know what to do, instead of just wanting to mission forward and break through those walls and get like that Reiki ball in there and say you're gonna like you know blast yourself a space through, there is that understanding that maybe the time is just not right now. Maybe all the other elements, all the other people, all the other aspects involved, maybe they're not just ready. So a lot of the fights that you would fight before, it's like you're not fighting those anymore. You just say to yourself, maybe I just need to wait a little bit. Maybe it requires a little bit of time. And by doing that, you're actually becoming kind of like a game changer there. You're kind of changing things for yourself for the better. Um, and so there are currently some things that you are looking at, and it's almost like you are um, I want to show you this. So currently, it's like, yes, there's Nine of Cups in the Judgment card. So it's sort of like you're making assessments and you're realizing, I'd like to have this in my life and I'd like to have that in my life, all right? And then you're there with the Two of Cups. This is the bringing together and the World card. So can I do this? Does this fit into my picture of life? So before you're moving forward, you're in that space for a lot of you where you really more than, ordinarily more than before. You've learned a lot of your lessons, not just in love, but in life. And so you're asking yourself, is this a valuable step to take forward or not? All right. And because you're asking those sort of questions, you are realizing what are the things for you to let go of. It takes you in a whole new sort of power. And it can have some rocky sort of circumstances there at some periods, but then as you go forward, whereas before you might have been that sort of person that likes to I suppose you call it stand up for what you want and really fight very strongly for what you want, you kind of now realize that that might not always be the best solution to the sort of problems that you might have. Okay. And it's almost like you're giving life more of a chance than what you would have, maybe given it before. And because you are doing that, it's like things are beautifully unfolding for you, Capricorn. You, it's like you're lining up with possibilities that you wouldn't have lined up with before. So, and this is what I wanted to show you. Sorry, as you get to the end. So the Nine of Cups with the World card. All right. So those things that initially, before you were wondering you'd like to have that, I wonder if I can have it, by taking the sort of different approach to life, to love. Um, giving your it's almost like stepping a little bit back, like so sometimes in life, it's a good thing to step back so you can allow source of all, that which sometimes we call God, to step forward, to step through and to come through with the solution. Because I feel sometimes we try to, as human beings, I always say sometimes you need to kind of like just let God be God. All right. So you do your human thing and you let God do his God thing. Which God am I talking about? The same God that you're talking about. Okay. The part, what I call source of all. So yeah, beautiful expansions in your life. I don't know what love. I just want to draw one more card for you. Page of Swords. It seems like for many of you there's a cosmic. Oh, okay. The Fool. So for many of you, it seems like you might be doing new beginnings, but for the majority of you, there are some periods of letting go, be it letting you go of people, let go of, sort of like situations, and even parts within yourself that are not serving you that positively. And I feel that actually opens new possibilities for you for life. Okay? And for your heart to be so happy. So I feel that a lot of you are in that period sort of like pausing and assessing and seeing, am I doing the best that I can, for myself, or could I maybe do differently and maybe do sort of better by others. Okay. And that takes brings you to a new space where beautiful new things can happen for you. So a lot more self work taking place here at the moment. And that card says, hee-haw. When it comes to choosing who will be in your life, I recommend valuing the hee-haw above hee-haw quality above all others. Have it your way. The universe says the special orders doesn't upset me. So if you want something else, you want something different, you can always ask. Okay? And it says if you're feeling a bit fogged in there and you're not quite sure how to move forward, go slow and take your time. Okay. I do feel at the moment that especially with romance, that it's more about your overall life as opposed to just something isolated. But of course, as everything else changes, everything else around you changes as well, especially love. Okay. And let's see what happens going forward. So thank you so much, Capricorn, for your love, for your energy, for your light. If you want to have a personal detailed reading, it's 12 US dollars for 30 minutes reading. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel if it resonates with your heart. And I've got a reading coming out for you every Thursday. I love, honor, and respect you. Namaste. Thank you so much. Love and light.